All right, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video, you guys have read the title. Now, disclaimer first of all right, I am not the best guy to be giving out this advice because a lot of these things I have started doing within the last year and are still working on doing as well. All right, actually no, I'll say everything on this list I kind of have nailed down, but there is some more things that I will talk about after I go through this list that I'm working towards myself to also become a better man. So one thing I want to do with this channel going on forward is I want to do some self-help videos, some self-help, discipline videos, and videos for the guys out there who need some guidance or just who need to hear someone going through a similar thing they are also going through. All right, now a lot of things guys are going through nowadays, and I know that they are going through it because a lot of my friends, we have conversations like this. How can I excel in this world? How can I appear more manly, or how can I just be like a better person out in the world? What can I start from now, the little things that will just make a big difference in the long run? All right, and I've compiled about five different things that every guy my age, or like coming up to my age, or a little older than me, should be doing by now, or should already have by now. And if you don't have it, not necessary, like if you don't have it and you're not doing it, that's not necessary to say that you're behind, but these are things that you should be working towards in 2026. All right, so first thing on the list I'm gonna honestly say is that you should be having you should either be driving regularly, so you have some relationship with your parents where they let you drive the car regularly, like it's not an issue that you use the car or anything like that. Or you should have your own car by now. You know what I'm saying? If you are above the age of, I want to say 20, you should either be like deeply going in and like looking at cars, or you should have your own car by now. Yeah. And if you're not completely looking at, okay, obviously it all depends on where you live, right? It all depends on where you live. If you live in somewhere where Ubering and taking public transit is more feasible, then you know what, do that. But if you live in these suburban places, these cities, etc., where driving is somewhat necessary, why is that not the number one thing on your list? The number one thing on your list should be getting a car. I held off on getting my car for a really long time, longer than I had to. I think I've had a plan to get a car like 3 years ago, and I didn't get a car till last year. And the difference between when you have the car compared to when you don't have a car, it is night and day. It is night and day. You might not think it's a big deal. You might not think it's a big difference. Oh, I can use my mom's car, whatever. Having your own car, oh my gosh, a different type of independence. And if you want to be respected as a man and respected for your independence, getting your own car is first things. All right, and if you don't have a car because you don't have a license, go get that fucking license. Go get that license. Go get that G1, get that G2, and stop sleeping on getting your G. Stop sleeping on getting your G. If you're already an experienced G2 driver, why isn't your G test booked next month? Go get that G, because that license is gonna expire and you're gonna have to start from the beginning. So go get that G license if you don't have it. All right, number two. All right, this is one thing that a lot of people struggle with, and they're not vocal about it at all, because it's not something that you want people to know that you struggle with. But if you want to become a better man, if you want to become the man that you are meant to be, if you want to be in the spot that you feel like you should be, you need to put down that corn. Oh my gosh, you need to put down that corn, and you need to stop hacking your shit day in and day out, especially in the morning. You do not know how detrimental doing it first thing in the morning really is. You ever done it first thing in the morning and then you feel like you don't want to do anything for the rest of the fucking day, or you want to have a lazy day? Perhaps that's because you did it first thing in the morning. You got your dopamine that you need for the whole day first thing in the morning, and now nothing is gonna ever compare to that feeling. That feeling when you did it first thing in the morning, nothing during that day is going to equate to that feeling, because your day is most likely filled with a bunch of productive tasks, yada, that you don't necessarily want to do, but you know you have to do it. Now that you just got got your big dopamine rush out of the way so early in the morning, have fun trying to complete those tasks that you have spent for the rest of the day in the attitude that you should complete them in. Not saying that you're not going to be able to complete your task, but if you want to live a fun, productive, happy life and actually enjoy the things that you're doing, how is doing it first thing in the morning going to help you? How is doing it at all going to help you? Doing it in general releases so much testosterone and so much dopamine that your body is going to react to that. You are going to lose test by doing this day in and day out, and you are going to have a bad relationship with dopamine doing it day in and day out. Have you ever walked into a room where you walked into this room multiple times? It could be work, etc., but for some reason your confidence feels off today. It's because you're going and doing that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. The night and day difference from when you actually stop, and I mean actually stop, not just stop for a week, not stop for 2 weeks, I mean you actually stop for like a month, 2 months. The night and day difference in you as a person and you as a man, oh my gosh. If you're someone who has been on the fence or you feel like you don't need it, just try it, bro. Because there is no reason why we should be doing this thing at all. Think about it for a second. You're watching another man doing it on another girl. Why is this something that we're actually looking at, right? Or for example, say you're just watching straight women, whatever. You're going to change your perspective on women so bad that is going to ruin the relationships that you do have in real life. And I'm telling you that from right now. Drop it immediately if you want to be anything as a man, realistically. All right. Number 3 thing that you can do to, get into a better routine, become a better man, is going to the gym regularly or having a physical activity that you do regularly. If you're not someone who enjoys lifting weights, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you have to lift weights. No, you can hoop if you want to. If you want to go outside with the boys once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week and, hoop and play ball or do anything physical sports related, go do that instead of going to the gym. But every male should be having some sort of physical activity that they're doing weekly, that they're doing consistently, that they've made a routine to do. Not only will it keep you in a better shape, all right, it will keep you in better shape, keep your lungs healthy, etc. You will also just feel better personally. You know how bad you feel when you don't do any physical activity for a long period of time? Your bones become like sedentary and all the other stuff. Like you just feel like, you're a wasteful piece of shit. Get up and start moving and then see how you feel after you start moving for a good period of time, bro. If going to the gym and lifting weights isn't for you, there is some sort of physical activity out there that is for you. You just have to go out, do your research, and go find it. But if you're not doing a physical activity regularly as a man, I don't know, man. These are things that we should be doing off rip. All right. Number 4, hygiene. All right. If you don't at least brush your teeth once a day and shower once a day, you are doing it wrong as a man. If you are above the age of so young, honestly, after you get over the age of 10, this should be regular standard. Brushing your teeth once a day minimum, and showering once a day minimum. Okay, all right. Realistically, you should be brushing your teeth up to 2 or 3 times a day, and you should be showering maybe twice a day, depending on what your lifestyle is. But minimum 1 time a day. All right, minimum 1 time a day. All right, and for your teeth, if you're gonna do it 1 time a day, do it in the morning. You just woke up, have your morning breath, do it in the morning. Okay, and if you're gonna shower once a day, shower before night. Before you get into your bed, before you hop into your room and your sanctuary, take a nice shower, wash off everything from the day you just had. Wash off all the outside air, etc. You should be wearing deodorant. You should be washing your face regularly. You don't need a 19-step skincare routine, but you do need to be washing your face every single day, etc. You need to be wearing deodorant. Cologne, really depends on the situation. You shouldn't really be wearing cologne everywhere you're going, etc. But it is not a bad thing to have on hand. But you do need to dial in your hygiene, all right? People smell you. They might not say it to your face. They might not make it known. But if you smell off, people will smell it, bro. If you have a frowsy breath, People won't want to talk to you. If your pits always smell and you have this odor, you have this specific odor around you, people aren't going to want to be around that either. These are just things that are just true. These are things that are just true. All right. And then the fifth thing on my list for men who are struggling, just beginners who are like, oh, like I want to get my life together, whatever. Dial in your family and your friends' life. All right. Dial in your time with them, I should say. Dial in your time with them, all right? If you live at home, help out around the house, all right? Do some chores here and there. If you see something needs to be done, just do it. Why not? It will make your life easier. It will make your mother, your father, your older brother, younger brother, whatever your siblings' life easier. Do it. Just do it. If you see the garbage bag's been there for 2 days and no one's taking it out yet, take the initiative and take it out. Why not? You know what I'm saying? If you wake up first and it snowed the night before, why not just shovel it up? What else are you gonna do? Unless you have something valid that you have to do, like, no, I have to be in work in 30 minutes. I can't, whatever, right? But if you're there and you can do it, why not just do it? Why not just do it? Why not just make your mom happy? Why not just make your dad happy? Why not just make your siblings happy this one time? Dial in your family life. At the end of the day, you live here, right? You live here for whatever reason. Why not try to make it the best experience you can living here? You know what I'm saying? I keep on having to turn my laptop back on because I don't have a flash for this phone, obviously. It fucking sucks, but camera will be coming soon. Anyways, and then with your friends are a byproduct of who you are. If your friends are lazy pieces of shit who cheat on their girlfriends and all they know is lust and they have no real goals, etc., why are you hanging around these people? If you cannot find at least one redeeming thing about your friend or the person that you associate with, why are you with that person? That doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, it genuinely doesn't make sense to me. All right? Your friends are a byproduct of you. If your friends are out here doing this, blah, 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 living life fast, whatever, everyone's going to think you're the same way. Even if you're on your shit, you're on your P's and Q's, your physique is, going crazy, you're making money, whatever. People are going to look at you like you're a broke ass bitch just because your friends are also broke ass bitches. So dial in your friend group and then dial in your life at home. And if you follow these three things, if you go out and you go buy your car and gain that independence, if you stop jacking your shit on a daily basis or ever, and you stop watching that horrible form of media, and if you start going to the gym regularly or doing a physical activity regularly, and you dial in your hygiene and you're actually a clean person, and then your family life and your friends' life is also dialed in, you will be already more successful than majority of the men on this planet. Offer it. If you do any of these things, you'll be better than majority of the men on the planet if you do at least one of these things. You know what I'm saying? It is hard to find guys my age nowadays who have dialed in all five. Even I don't have all five dialed in at all times. You know what I'm saying? This isn't me trying to say I'm better than you, yada, yada, yada. This is what's worked for me, and I want it to work for you guys too. There's more things that I haven't put on this list because honestly, I'm still struggling from it. The biggest thing is addictions. All right? The biggest thing that's missing from this list is honestly addictions. If you're addicted to nicotine, you got to drop that shit as soon as possible. I'm addicted to nicotine. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my goals for the year. It's to drop it. Because it's not good for you. It's not sustainable whatsoever. And you usually fall into it through some peer pressure in the first place, not because you wanted to do it. All right. If you're addicted to marijuana or you're an alcoholic, drop that shit, bro. It's obviously it's more easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholics with real alcohol problems, suffer the worst withdrawals, and like nicotine addicts with real nicotine problems suffer withdrawals, and like et cetera. It's not an easy thing to do. But if you wire your brain to think that, hey, I shouldn't be doing this, hey, I want to quit one day, you're already ahead of 99 consumers of the same product. All right, we have to be thinking of how we can get rid of these addictions, and we need to focus on just getting ourselves better, healthier, getting ourselves better mentally, physically, etc., etc., etc. So if you disagree with this video, that is completely fine. All right, but for me, these were the 5 things, probably 6 things if you really count it, that have helped me to become a better human being, to become a better man, for not only my family, but for my girlfriend and then the people around me as well, the people I represent. They deserve a good man, and these are things that I've done to try and become that good man. There is still so much more things that I can do to be, the man that I truly want to be, and I still have a decent amount of time because I'm only 21, etc., etc. But these are the things that I've started doing within the last year that have helped me more than anything else, more than any other advice that I've gotten, etc., etc. Genuinely, it's literally just up to doing the things you need to do. You need to go buy your car. You need to go get the next step of your license. You need to stop watching that content and doing that thing. You need to start going to the gym more. You need to start getting more physical activity. You need to dial in your hygiene. You need to dial in your family life and your friends' life. Let's start doing the things we know we have to do.